Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. Now in today's video I have an armor set to show you guys, and this armor set is actually pretty nutty, and it's really one like that you wouldn't expect. Like it's not a new set. Like this set has been around, people know about it, but it seems to be better than a lot of people are realizing, and I just want to point that out in this video. So the set that we're going to be talking about is actually the monster set, or the monster raider set. I don't know exactly what it's called, but and we're talking about the version that uses the tarantula boots. But really quickly before we do get into it, I would like to remind you guys that if you found this video useful or enjoyable, please consider subscribing. I'd really like to hit that YouTube rank soon. I'm about 5,500 subs off, so yeah, I would really like to hit 30k for that. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, like I said, by no means is this a new or unknown set. I mean, in the past, it wasn't too well known until, you know, some videos and stuff were made about it, and now most people know about it. But the thing about this set is it does a lot, and I mean a lot, more damage than you would think, and it's extremely cheap. It's currently only like 1 to 1.5 mil, I believe. Now, it's possible that could go up some after this video's out, but I don't expect it to go up drastically or anything. And yeah, so it's really cheap, and I'm going to show you how good this set actually is. Now, one thing I like to point out before I do that is when you use the Terra boots as opposed to spider boots. Actually, I do believe I have some spider boots on my island. If I just, where are they at? In here. If I just throw them on quickly, you can see that the full set bonus, it's Monster Hunter. Now, when you put on the Terra boots, actually I didn't realize they actually even did this, but when you put on the Terra boots, it's Monster Raider instead. So that's kind of an interesting thing. But anyways, with the spider boots, it's 25% less damage when being attacked and 25% more damage to monsters. And then with the Terra, it's 35 on each of those. So that's the reason you want to use the tarantula boots for this, because it does give you higher stats on those. So one thing that you may notice, and you may kind of say is I do only have 460 or so defense here. However, I do also have that 35% less damage from monsters, so that's also something you need to take into account when analyzing that. Then the health it's nothing spectacular, but it's decent. I don't want to hit that. I don't want to kill this Enderman yet. I don't want to show you damage yet. So yeah, I'm just coming out with my fist there. But yeah, and then the damage buff is also really good as well, and it's, you know, more than you might think. Another thing about this set is, as you just noticed there a second ago, after I kill this, I'll show you bone shield health. So this also does have the bone shield, so I believe it's for the first 3 or 4 hits. I think it's 3. I think it's actually 3. First 3 hits, you don't take any damage. So yeah, that's also another thing that's nice about this set. But yeah, so that stuff is great and all, and that's not exactly stuff that was, you know, not known, but now I need to show you the damage. Before I do that, I'm going to put on the superior set, and I do have a pigman sword here with a pigman pet. This is just a random pigman pet I had. I don't have an actual pigman pet, so yeah, it's just a level 39 epic. But I actually hit an enderman here. These are the 4,500 health enderman. I'm doing close to 62, yeah, basically 62,000 damage here. And this is without any pots on, no potion effects. Yeah, so now, if I put on this Monster Raider set, and I come over here and I hit this Enderman, that's basically 60k. So it's a little bit more than a 2,000 damage difference. And this set, 1 to 1.5 mil. Superior, was it like 50 mil HP bead now? So yeah, as you can tell, that's a massive price difference, and the damage difference is extremely minimal. Now, one thing I will say is that most of this is rare armor. The boots are epic, so because of that, you do have a lower crit chance, which does kind of suck. But I mean, you could just reforge more of your talismans to different things. Although even like this though, with my current talismans, at least how they are, I'd still have 100% crit chance with god pots on, so that's a good thing to note. Now, I do have a buddy here, 64 hours. He is the person who actually showed me this, or at least pointed it out to me, how much damage it does. Alright, so yeah, thank you to him for pointing this out to me. But yeah, so as you can tell, the damage difference is extremely minimal, and this is a huge thing for, you know, early game players, maybe, well, like, maybe not early, more like mid game players, maybe. You can basically get a set that does very, very close to the same amount of damage as Superior does, and yeah, I mean, you saw the difference. It's almost nothing. So this is a huge thing, and especially for the price, 1 million to 1.5 million coins. It's crazy, guys. I really recommend getting this set if you're, like, if you don't already have Superior. I don't know if it outdamages Strong and Terra, but I assume it's pretty close. Now, one other thing that 64 actually told me about, is that he did test it with some Slayers, had no problems. He also tested it on a Dragon and was able to get first place, because you are able to do the double jump with this set, because it does have the Terra boots. So I don't know if it's actually better than Tarantula armor for dragons, because of the fact that the Terra armor, when you have the full Terra set, you do get that fourth strike ability. So I don't know exactly which one is better, but they're definitely close. So yeah, that pretty much explains how good this is, although I am gonna test it on a couple Slayers just to see how well it does. So yeah, let me go ahead and head to the hub, and I think I'm gonna get a rev started. So I did actually get a splash, so I thought I would just quickly show you how much damage I do after getting a splash. So that was 82k in this monster set. So let me see what I do in my Superior really quickly for a quick comparison. I do 83k. Yeah, 83.3k. So yeah, it's even a smaller difference now with the pots on. So that's interesting to note. Do I have? Yeah, I do have 100% crit chance as well. So that's good. Oh, and just for reference, I'll actually show you how much damage I do in this monster set with my Reaper Foul. So I do about 129k in my Reaper Foul, and then in my Superior, I do about also 129k. Huh, actually, I think it's like a 500 damage difference, but wow. That's even better than I thought it was. Okay, well, let's get this boss spawned. Alright, so I just spawned the T3 just to start with, just to see how we're dealing with it. I kind of want to see how much damage it does to me before I start killing it. Yeah, so it's really not doing all that much damage to me, so that's good. Then I can just 4-shot it here. And there we go, just like that. So it's definitely not a problem with tier 3s. Alright, so I'm spawning a tier 4 rev now. And just so you guys know, I am using a wolf pet. Because that's typically the pet people use with these things, so let's see how I'm doing here. I am taking a bit of damage. Ooh, that was a fair bit, but I healed really quickly there. And yeah, so there it is, it's dead. Really didn't have much of any problems killing it, to be honest. I did take a decent amount of damage there, about one time, but it healed extremely fast, so it was really not a problem. So now I'm curious to also try testing it against the Sven and see how that does. Alright, so now against the Sven T3, I'm actually going to take it in the pond here. Let's see what we can do to this thing. I do about 40,000 damage though, it looks like, by the way. I don't know what is normal for this. Oh, I forgot I need to let it hit me. But I don't actually know what's normal. I don't really do Svens too much, it's been a while. But I don't know how much people normally do, but it seems to be a pretty decent amount. Let's see, I don't seem to be taking very much damage even with the pups here, so yeah. I had really no problems doing that tier 3. Alright, so we got our Sven T4 spawning here now. This one is the one I'm most afraid of. I'm gonna put my mana flux down for this. Okay, so looks like I'm not taking too much damage here. Okay, that was, yeah, okay, well, okay, I take it back. He takes a decent chunk of damage when he hits me, but it looks like if I do it in the water, I'm mostly fine. I gotta watch out for the pups, though. That might be a problem. One thing I'm not sure about is, like, if it hits my bone shield, I don't know if that still counts as it hitting me for the regen, or if it actually has to hit me. And same goes for when the Guardian Chestplate nullifies it. I'm not sure if that'll still count it. Okay, now he's calling the pups, and now I'm kind of scared. Alright, kill all the pups. Alright. No, this guy's trying to help me a little bit. No. God, seriously, my man. Well, I pretty much did that on my own. I was gonna be able to kill it, even though that guy did start hitting it a little bit. It seemed pretty obvious that I was gonna be able to do it. You just have to be careful. Like, it's pretty apparent to me that you can die doing it in this set, doing these T4s in this set, but as long as you're careful, you should be fine. Just do it in a pond and be careful, and you should be fine. But you know, obviously, again, this is Slayers, so if possible, you want to use the correct set, but this also works for it. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here. By the way, I didn't test with Tarantula just because really no one does Tarantula Slayer unless they're in Tarantula armor, so yeah, but it's definitely capable of doing Revs and Sven, so that's really good, both T4. Conclusion, this set is extremely good. I highly recommend getting it if you're like mid-game and can afford it. You know, you don't have Superior yet. It's basically like a mini Superior set. It does have less health and less defense. Defense is effectively higher though. Remember, it's effectively higher than that because of that the 35% less damage you take from mobs. But yeah, it's basically, like I said, mini Superior set. It barely does any less damage. And yeah, it's just a really good set, and I would definitely recommend getting it again if you don't have Superior and can afford it. It's only 1 to 1.5 mil. Why wouldn't you? And yeah, it even has the added bonuses of the Terra double jump, because it does have the Terra boots, as well as the bones, so you don't take damage on the first few hits you take. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy or found it useful, please leave a like. Consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. I would really like to hit that YouTube rank. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. See y'all next time. Peace.
I don't believe in destiny, I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me, you ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow. Put me to the test and watch me go. This is my